I would like to acknowledge that we're on Jarrah country and acknowledge elders and ancestors for giving us this beautiful place to be in. And I'd like to speak really directly to First Nations people, to our young people, and I'd like to stretch it out to other people who come from disadvantaged communities as well, because networking is not as easy as people like to make out it is. I found networking as an introvert the most extremely hard thing I have ever done. I became very passionate about what I am doing as a person, and so I had to make myself do all of those things. I couldn't not do them. I started university at 60, and I knew that if I didn't make myself known and network properly, then people would think that I was in a hobby class and filling up my time with a hobby, and I didn't want that to be so. I wanted to bring my people along with me. So let's start off with the idea of networking. Networking means that you're communicating with people, that you are getting in touch with people, you're talking to people, you're giving people stories about yourself and your information. There's a whole lot of us who can't do that. Within our community, we can't do that because of things that have happened before, because of mistrust, because of isolation from other groups. Take hold of yourself when you're starting to network. Young people and artists, what do you want and how are you going to get it? I'll start this little bit off with a warning. Be aware of social media and using social media. Know what you're doing, talk to other people about it. Don't get trapped by people on social media, as many people have done. But social media is your best way for networking when you're disadvantaged, when you don't have a voice, when you feel uncomfortable about connecting to other people, because you can connect to whatever you want to and you can see what other people are doing. My starting off with social media was to reach out to artists that I liked, really liked what they were doing, and those people can be from all around the world. So use social media as a platform for reaching out and finding what you really want. Lots of young First Nations people are artists. I've seen lots of work. Don't be scared about putting it up. Don't be scared about tagging people in your community that are people like me, who people know their names. It's the best thing that you can do to do that. Make sure that you know what's going on in your community and talking to your elders and your mates and find out what's happening. Be aware of what's going on around you. The other thing about on social media that can be a real bonus is you can go and learn how to network on social media. You can go and learn how to public speak on social media, and you don't have to like or have contact with any of those. You could just watch it and look at it and think, that suits me, that particular way of doing something that suits me. My personal way of networking was to go to every opening in the area of Bendigo when I first came up here for anything. I went to everything. And I just went and looked and watched, and I didn't speak very much. After a while, people start to know that you're there and someone will come up and speak to you. When you're doing that, when you have somebody speaking to you, practice. What are you going to say to them? You don't have to say everything, you just have to respond. Practice what you're going to respond when you go into those environments. Know what you're going to respond with and say it out loud to yourself in front of the mirror, in the bathroom, like I have done many times before. The other thing that happens with our young people is because of the words that are said to them, they diminish themselves. And it's such a huge thing in our community because it rests on the shoulders of all the other things that have happened. But remember who your people are. Remember who your grandparents are and your great-grandparents. The resilience of those people and the strength of those people are your strengths as well. So tap into that strength. Make sure you are very aware of your history and your ancestry and your culture, and use those things to give yourself power to be able to move into the areas that you want. We all want to see you out there. We all want to see you. I want to see you on the walls of art galleries. I want to see your work up in lights. I want to see your big happy family in the future. You are able to do it, and you have people around you to do it. So make sure that you're speaking to people. Make sure you can be a very quiet little learner by social media and by other ways without saying anything for a very long time. And then one day get brave enough to come up to somebody and speak. Come in to speak to the leaders that you know are in your area. Practice your little conversation. Just a few words. It doesn't have to be a lot, because once you do that, people will embrace you and people will bring you along on your journey. And I hope that you can have some inspiration from the things that I'm saying here. And if you live in my area, people know who I am, email me. Email me, I will email you back. I will have a conversation with you. I'm very happy to hear from you, whether you want to be an artist or whether you want to be a person who goes to the Antarctica on that big boat, which would be a really cool thing to do. All of those things are open to you. Just get the right people behind you, network well, talk to people about what you want to do. We're coming very close to the end of my little conversation with you at the moment. I hope that it's helpful for our mob and our people, and I also hope it's a conversation that other people can hear a bit as well. The other thing I want to do is, there's people in the room here. I would like all the people in the room to pick someone in this room today, give them your email address and get their email address off them, and have a conversation on Monday and start your new way of networking. Thank you very much.